There's more news and information that you absolutely should know about. On August 16th, the State Department actually announced a suspension of all visitor visas for individuals from Gaza, including children needing urgent medical care. Now, this decision comes amid a full and thorough review, quote unquote, of the procedures used for issuing a small number of temporary visas for medical humanitarian aid in the past couple of days. Now, the move actually followed pressure from far-right activist Laura Loomer, who posted videos of injured Palestinian children arriving in the U.S. and declared the visa arrangements a national security threat. Loomer tagged Secretary of State Marco Rubio and took credit for influencing that policy change. Now, humanitarian organizations such as Heal Palestine and the Palestine Children's Relief Fund literally condemned the decision, warning that it's going to block life-saving medical care for critically injured children. Now, these programs are funded privately, not by U.S. taxpayers, and children return to Gaza following treatment. According to Reuters, over 3,800 B1 and B2 visitor visas for medical purposes have been issued so far in 2025 to Palestinian Authority passport holders, including 640 in May alone. Now, these figures encompass both West Bank and Gaza without a specific breakdown, actually. Now, let's talk about the impact. Home, the U.S. So this visa suspension raises ethical and humanitarian concerns as it denies critically ill children from Gaza actual access to medical treatments unavailable in their conflicted, ravaged area that they're in. The decision reveals how political pressures and activist campaigns can drive significant policy shifts, especially when targeting vulnerable populations like those in Gaza. Criminalizing humanitarian aid by conflating temporary medical visas with refugee resettlement risks, eroding moral leadership, and undermining long-standing bipartisan norms of providing life-saving assistance. Now, the big thing is what does this look like in the global community? This has drawn sharp criticism from international organizations and human rights groups, fueling perceptions of U.S. complicity in limiting aid amid the Gaza health crisis. Now, it's going to encourage countries, or others, it very well may, to adopt similar restrictive measures, imperiling the norms of cross-border medical humanitarian assistance. And that, folks, is a problem. These suspensions actually underline broader tensions between national security rhetoric and humanitarian obligations during conflicts. So let's talk about why this matters. So this policy reversal strikes at the heart of humanitarian people and principles, denying urgently needed medical care to children on the basis of a politically driven review. I want y'all to let that sink in. Now that crosses moral boundaries and jeopardizes vulnerable lives. The lives of children that can't do anything for themselves except wait for someone to help them. This decision actually exemplifies a troubling politicization of aid, and that's a problem, where the plight of defenseless children become a pawn in ideological values and battles, when all we're talking about is just saving lives. That's all. Not using tax dollars, just saving lives. Now, it's also a sharp reminder that human rights and emergency care should not be contingent on political whims of fabricated security ideas. That all it took was one post. One in the midst of everything else that we have going on right now. It took one post. That's it. Maintaining transparency and compassion in policymaking is vital to preserving ethical governance and international credibility. But we didn't see that this time, did we? And we're starting to notice it becoming a trend. So what do? Stay informed. Stay connected to websites like brownstoneworldwide.com, Cityscape Radio for journalistic commentary and content from myself and others. Advocate. Reach out to your local representatives for more support and reach out to them and hold them accountable. Support those aid groups. Donate to or volunteer with organizations that help get the aid and support to countries like Sudan and the Congo and Gaza. Yes, they actually facilitate critical life-saving treatments in these global crises, and demand accountability, like I said before. Listen, for more news and information that you can always use, head over to brownstoneworldwide.com, Cityscape Radio, and you guessed it, Brownstone Living Magazine. Go ahead and follow us on all things social media at Brownstone Worldwide and The Brownstone Brief on Substack. We'll see you around.
Welcome to the neighborhood.